Well, congratulations, first of all, for playing so well, especially in that first half. How's the team feeling? And how did you respond to the match?
Yeah, it was definitely quite disappointing at the end of the result. I was a bit disappointed, but we know it's still the first game. We still got 3 more matches to go. We can't really stick around too much on the result of today's game. So yeah, the boys in high spirits still, focusing on the next game coming up.
Okay. Well, open to questions. Please wait for the microphone and please put your hand up quite high so our guys can see you. So we'll start at the front here.
Gerald Emery, Associated Press. Coach, where did you feel, you rattled them early on, where did you feel the game started to change and move towards them? At what point was the momentum starting to shift?
Well, credit to our team. I mean, especially in the first half, played very, very well. We had good supply of ball and good front foot ball, and we mixed our game well. Second half, the ball dried up a bit. Australia were able to dominate possession more, which made it difficult for us, and a few penalties which allowed them to really nail down and pressure up, from line-out drives in the corner. So that was probably a critical turnaround for them. Also, some injuries didn't help us either with, using Pithaliato early in the game when he was having such an impact on the game, and losing him to a concussion was a big loss for us. Yeah, he didn't pass his HIA, so.
And could we just have a microphone, Georgina? Put your hand up high. Just that's it. They're all done. They're back at school. There we go. Thank you very much.
John, what did you make of the Reece Hodge tackle on Yato?
Oh, look, I haven't actually seen the footage yet, but I don't know. Maybe people take a look at it. I haven't seen the replay yet.
Can you clarify whether your team referred it to the TMO?
We haven't spoken to the TMO yet, or whoever we speak to.
Any further questions? Okay, we have one over here.
A question for Domenico. How do you explain the difficulties in the second half? Was it mainly physical for you?
No, we kind of work on our mistakes in the second half. There was a little bit of discipline that cost us a lot of balls in the second half. So yeah, it was quite different. There was a lot of possession on the Australians, and we were defending a lot in the second half, which caused us to be giving away penalties. So yeah, that didn't help us a lot.
John, Tom Vanaco, Rugby Pass. Earlier in the week you spoke of how you guys had to some extent obtained parity in the set piece with some of the top teams. Obviously the line out went really well tonight, but the scrum went backwards quite a bit. How do you fix that issue, given it's such a short turnaround in such a short tournament?
Oh, look, our scrum has gone very well in other games recently, so it's not as if it's there's some technical things in there that we can work on, and I think they're probably small fixes, but I think you look at the teams we've got coming up with Uruguay, Georgia and Wales, so I think they'll be looking at that and trying to put our scrum under a lot of pressure. But for me, I think with some small technical adjustments, we can turn things around in that area.
Yep. Yep.
John or Domenico, is there anything you guys learnt about your team tonight that surprised you or that you didn't know? Obviously, when you get into a World Cup in the heat of a first game like this, things can happen. Is there anything different that you maybe learnt about your team today?
Well, I think we really look to get a good start today. We know to win these big games we need to get a good start, and we achieved that. But then at the other end of the game we couldn't finish it out. There are a number of factors there. I've already mentioned losing Yato, but then we lost Filiami Mata as well. So losing 2 back rowers, pretty critical when you have to swap a lock into the back row. It had probably a big effect on our game in the second half. But we're in a 4-match series for the top 2 teams to qualify for the playoffs. So I think we're still right in this tournament, and we're focusing on the next game, and we'll be watching with interest to see how Australia and Wales go.
Yeah, please.
John, you didn't see the Yato incident, but what did you make of the refereeing performance overall, and did you feel you got on the wrong end of a few other decisions there?
Oh, look, the referees have got a tough job out there. There's a lot going on, and yeah, we maybe didn't get the rub of the green today, but haven't got any complaints there.
Andy Ball from The Guardian. Sorry to come back to this, but there's just been reports that you did refer to the TMO. I was just wondering, Dominique, did you have any communication with the ref on the pitch about that Reece Hodge tackle that caused the concussion?
During the game, yeah. We did refer to the ref, which they said they didn't see anything, so they got referred to the TMO, and still we're waiting on that.
Yep, to the front here.
Just in terms of Betheli and also Viliami, is there any indication or in terms of how serious that might be, or whether they're in doubt for Uruguay or beyond?
Oh, look, with the trouble with the short turnarounds in the tournament, and we've got a short turnaround now that Betheli can't be right for the next game because it's a 6-day. My understanding is the minimum would be a 6-day turnaround for a HIA to be available. So he won't be available for us on Wednesday, and like Viliami, we'll just have to have a look at how he responds over the next 24 hours.
John, there's obviously great disappointment now, but did you see something in that first 50 minutes perhaps that you'll be able to take away good confidence about your prospects in the rest of the pool matches?
Oh, certainly we take a lot of positives from that game, and we really had Australia on the rails certainly for 40 minutes and for a portion of the second half. So some things went against us, some things of our own fault around, penalties giving away. Then we have a yellow card against us and that type of thing. So we've got to close games out. I mean, it's you don't win Test matches by being able to play really well for 60 minutes and not finishing it out. So that's but with the positives we take, I mean, we've already got our heads up looking towards Uruguay initially, and then knowing that we're right in this competition with 3 games to go.
Do we have any further questions? Yeah, down the front here. Thanks, Georgie.
Thank you. Australia corrected things a little when they started playing tighter. Did you know they would try and keep the ball alive and play that up-tempo game, and was that something you thought you could find some opportunity in?
Well, certainly, looking at we expected them to play that type of game. It did them very well in the game against the All Blacks in Perth, and expected them to come at us the same way. And I think that's the way they were trying to attack us. Maybe they changed their tactics a little bit at half time when they were probably under pressure there, and went more the direct route, which paid off for them. But yeah, we did expect them to try to attack us wide.
Right, yeah. Thank you.
キャプテンに、質問です。後半の最初の13番の、トライまでかなり日本の観客はフィジーの方を応援してたように思うんですけども、その雰囲気についてどういうふうに感じましたか
？Yeah, it was a great atmosphere here today. There was a lot of support on both sides, and we really appreciate the support from the Japanese as well. Yeah, it was quite amazing playing in this field tonight, and I'm really grateful, and the boys enjoyed every moment of it.
Do we have any further questions? We have one more down the back.
ですね、次戦が行われる、釜石市はフィジーにとっても縁のある土地かと思います。東日本大震災からの復興を目指している釜石の印象、そこでどのような試合を見せたいかをお願いします。
Look, we know the background and the tsunami disaster that happened in that area, and it's probably an honour for us to be selected to go and play at the Memorial Stadium. And of course we already visited there when we played Japan in the PNC, so it'll be our second visit to that area. So it'll feel like a home game for us.
Any further questions? We might leave. Oh, we have one last question. One last question.
ヘッドコーチにお願いします。繰り返しになってしまうかもしれないんですけれども、次戦に向けての具体的な修正点、改めてお願いします。
Oh, look, you know, our Maul defence will need some good work ahead of the next games, because I think all three games that we come up against in our pool now are very strong in that area. So that's going to be a big work on for us. But we look at the positives from our game as well. We just get a little bit more effective in our attack. That, you know, we know we've got very dangerous players across the park.